How's everybody doing tonight? We're back to play some more Sonic Triple Trouble 16-bit. And this is probably going to be our last stream of 16-bit Triple Trouble here for a while because we have 2 more characters to play through the game as. One unlockable we got for beating it last time with Fang, Knack, Sniper, Guy. Every game his name changes. And then we also have the other character which has been in the game since start. So we're going to be playing through with Metal Sonic and Amy Rose tonight. Not to mention, we're also going to be looking at the competition mode. That's one I heard. It's a little bit more fleshed out than just you're racing against characters, and you can play it by yourself. It has a pseudo story to it. Like, it has a story mode, but it's just pretty short. So we're going to be looking at all that stuff tonight here for Sonic Triple Trouble 16-bit. Wrapping up our playtime with this said fan remake of the original Game Gear game. So, without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump into some Sonic Triple Trouble, shall we? I love when I boot the game, you can see the splash screen because of how it's getting captured. It is so small by comparison. The game window fills the screen, but that little screen that boots up, it's like an eighth of the size. I'm not kidding. That's why it looks a little blurry by comparison. Alright, let's do this. 2 more playthroughs left. Both of them are going to just be through the free play mode because both of these characters do not have a story. So we're just running through the game stage to stage. So next up is Metal Sonic. This was an unlockable character. Not exactly sure how Metal's going to be playing out here. I imagine he's got to be mostly a Sonic clone, but maybe have some exclusive moves. Let's find out by jumping into Great Turquoise and getting this started. So he flies in the air, which has the same little attack that we've seen in the boss fights. Oh, I didn't mean to hit the spring on that. I'm trying to see if I can move back and forth. So you can go back and forth with this attack. It doesn't hit capsules, but it's still really good. It's almost like Knuckles' glide. Can I do any, like, super peel out? Oh yeah, he can do, like, the flying move from his boss fights. That's the equivalent of the peel out. You can spin dash. And that looks like the extent of everything you can do. I'm pressing the swap button and that's not doing anything for Metal. Knack Weasel Man, he had a gun, so pressing the swap button allowed you to shoot the gun, but that's not the case here for Metal. He has no secondary option. And just like the other characters, I imagine going the top route in this stage to find a Chaos Emerald is going to lead to nothing, as Sonic and Tails seem to be the only characters that can access Chaos Emeralds in this. I'm finding out here in a minute, because this path should lead us to Special Stage. Didn't think I was going to make that. That little hover definitely is going to save me in a lot of different circumstances. It's also nice as an attack, too, so... Unlike Knuckles, who can glide, this is a much bigger attack radius for the glide. It's slow, but it does get the job done. Can I make that? There we go. I was gonna say, I need a little more speed, I guess. Stealth theme plays. I'm sorry, is that for your introduction? It's just Matt ends with chat, and then I just hear the stealth theme from Dragon Ball. By the way, how you doing, Matt? Oh, I didn't hit. Hitbox is a little bit smaller in this than I anticipated. I'm gonna try to hit him in the air with it. No, I'm just going through Fang Weasel Man. Again, he has so many different names. I'm just used to calling him Fang because of the newer titles, but I just find it funny to call him something new every time, because that's what Sega does. At this point, it's just a running joke for the Triple Trouble series. Been a rough week? I can get that. Good to hear you're at least doing okay, though. Hey, Ethan, how you doing? Up. Well, my homie attack shield lasted all of 10 seconds, which is nothing new for that shield. I don't think it would work, though. I think it's just shield. Because just like with every other character, this move takes priority compared to what the shield effect would have, so Sonic should be the only one that gets a homing attack, because all he has is drop dash. This lasts for a while, though. I'm gonna go up. Triple Trouble means how many knacks have. Yeah. The triple is just Knack's naming scheme, because he actually does have 3. You're not wrong. That's why I love it as a running joke for this series. I swear, if we get Fang back in another game, his name is changing again. Like, that's just the curse of Fang, Knack, Weasel, Hunter, man. It's always different. They can't stick to one name. I would hope they finally stick to the Fang the Hunter one, because I don't see anything wrong with it. No weird censoring issues or conflicts with his naming scheme meaning something bad in a different territory. It should be fine now. But also, are they going to use him again? Chances are, probably not. It took Sega many years to use Fang again in any official capacity, outside of just referencing him. Got Fatal Frame 2 downloading now. Nice. Oh, it sounds like you're preloading it now if it releases technically tomorrow. I love doing that, to be fair, though. Being ready to play the game right when it comes out is always nice to do ahead of time. Hey, look, it worked. Finally got to hit someone with my electric barrier. For games like that, it's nice to get on a little early. I don't really find too much of a reason to do that, like preloading stuff and like playing it a day or two early for a multiplayer game, because the servers need people. So it's the same experience a lot of the time. You can usually wait for more people to be on the servers, like on release day, or past it. But for a single player game, yeah, it can be nice. Then you can just play a little bit early. Although it does kind of suck. Like half of the games I want to play like that are games that are usually re-releases. This series is cursed with that for some reason, because we had 2 Sonic games that get, you know, like 3-day early access, but they are games that are over a decade old, so there was no point. Dude, I can't hold these shields. Every time I get a homing attack shield, I never keep it. That is insane. That's like a running bit now, too. And that's not a bit I want. Ooh, nice. You can do a slope cancel with this. I'm actually really liking this glide. It's more powerful than you think. I think this is supposed to be a flying path, right? Oh, no, it's not. Flying paths are going to be the one thing I can't do with this character. Tails, Knuckles, and guy with different names. I'm running out of different things to call them, you can tell. They can take flying paths, but Metal Sonic can't. He can glide, but he can't climb walls. So that's going to limit some mobility here. I got the keycard version. Interesting. I still haven't picked up a game keycard myself, because every single game that's done that hasn't interested me. So it hasn't really come up yet. At some point, I'll probably end up getting a keycard, just because of the odds of that happening at some point. For a game I want to play, it's going to get higher the more the Switch 2 is out. I know a lot of third parties have complained that the system's internal speed for game cartridges is a little too slow for a lot of stuff, so a lot of big names like Ubisoft and Square Enix are defending why they're doing game keycards because of the speed, and I get it. It sucks, but I get it. I took that much further than I probably should have. Yeah, that's pretty much how I am too, for the most part, Matt. It's like, if that's the only way you get in the game, then it's whatever. It just sucks. I know that's what a lot of people were arguing about, because the Pokepedia situation is crazy. That's a YouTube thumbnail and text right there. You can clip it. But, for all seriousness, the Pokepedia stuff is like insane right now because the game's been selling out like crazy, even though it's a game keycard. It's just because of the name alone. People want to play it. So they don't care if it's a card or not. They're still buying it in like waves. And apparently the company understocked it, not thinking it was going to be as popular as it was. It's a Pokemon game. What do you guys expect? I'm sorry, but you just should have prepared more. It's a big name for a series that always sells out. And they only have like 50% stock to keep up with the demand. Like, that's the lowest I think I've heard in a while. I guess they really weren't expecting Pokepedia to do as good as it did. And it's a game keycard, which is normally a deterror for most people. It hasn't changed anything. It's the only way to get the game physically. Like, if it's the same price, I go with digital. I know we've had this discussion a lot. If it's the same price, I go digital because it's just more convenient. And it doesn't matter. But if it's cheaper, I'll go with the game keycard because it's a deal. But 9 times out of 10, this conversation we're having is moot because I could just get it on another platform for cheaper anyways. So, PC it is. Most of the time, this argument just goes to the PC version instead. Because it's cheaper, has mods. I can play it on the go with the Steam Deck now. That's usually my third-party platform to begin with for most games. Yeah, it's still number 1 on eShop being at RE9. And that's saying something, because this new Resident Evil has been selling like hotcakes. People are really into RE9 right now. I read an article, I think, earlier today, saying something like the new character they introduced, the new mainline character, is like one of the most popular characters in recent years for Resident Evil. Like, people are really liking her. It's just good to see the game has been doing well. Because honestly, these past few years has been kind of hit or miss for Capcom. So it's nice to hear something that's more of a hit than a miss. Like, you look at things like Street Fighter and Monster Hunter, and those franchises right now are very hit and miss. But Resident Evil, it really hasn't been like that since Resident Evil 7. Yeah, Grace, that's the character I'm referring to. Because I didn't know her name off the top of my head, because I haven't played 9. But yeah, a lot of people really like her. Well, why did I go up top? I want to go here. There we go. Trying to see if we can take different routes here, since this is technically my 4th playthrough of the game now. We've seen almost every route in a lot of these stages, so I'm trying to take different paths. Easier said than done in some cases, because I don't know if I went this way or that way in most levels. So I'm just kind of guessing. I know this is just for items and I don't care. That's good for momentum canceling. That lets me get back to the bonus stage without, bypassing it. Oh, well, I thought I was landing in the other cannon there, not the small one. Not that big of a deal. Oh, I could do this here. Only once, though. But that's broken. The fact I can fly here helps me autocorrect. I probably can do that with the other characters, too. I never thought to try it with other characters like Tails or with Knuckles and such. Dude, Fang would have been really good for that. Maybe because of how she's personifying the player in the way she acts as zombies or monsters. Probably, yeah. I think a lot of people are really taking a shine to Grace because of how she feels more like an actual player than just one of the main characters in Resident Evil for once. Because everyone has this kind of stereotype-styled character over the years that's been established, but this is a fresh slate. And she seems a lot more relatable. That's at least what I've gathered so far. Alright, there we go. I gotta turn down my mixer a little bit, because my voice is coming a little bit hotter than the game. That should be better. Oh, I lose a lot of momentum in this one when I'm doing the little electric flying move, which is not surprising. It is pretty slow after all. I do kind of wish Metal had something for the tag team option, because of how we had the gun before as our previous character. Would have been cool to maybe see something else, but I don't know what else you could have put in for Metal. All of his moves in the boss fight have been pretty well translated to just his standard moveset already. Honestly, it could have been cool, though, to have a tag team mode in this where you play between Metal Sonic and Knuckles because of how he shapeshifts in this plot. That could have been cool. The Sonic heroes nobody asked for, Metal Sonic and Knuckles. That's fair to say, Ethan, about Ethan, which is the most ironic sentence. It does seem like they tried to make that character pretty relatable to the standard player, but he's more reaction-based from what I can hear, so didn't hit in the same way. I didn't really hear anyone complain about Ethan, but I didn't really hear anyone like shine to him in the same way there for Grace. So it seems like they just did a better job with this characterization, at least to the masses. Oh, you can only slope cancel if I was coming out of that from a ball. Because when you're just rolling like that, it doesn't work. So if I do this, then I can cancel with the little hoverfly. Okay, that's goofy. Getting stuck in the air because of that. Doesn't look right. Just enough rings for a bonus game. Of course, it's the slots, so that's not really great. Yeah, I think I'm good, thank you. If I'm just getting like 2 to 4 rings here and there, then why am I in this bonus game? My luck is gonna be that crap. I'm out. Dude, this boss is easy in hindsight. All you do is just roll into it. And there's not much effort to take for that. Because you dodge the spike balls by setting up for the roll. This will never not be funny. Yeah, Metal Sonic saving the animals definitely feels an out-of-character moment there. He would not care. Like, he would just let the animals burn. Oh, you can even get out of the ball state in the cannons. Cool. It's just a more versatile glide from Knuckles. I'm gonna be 100% honest because of the bigger attack radius. It's not as fast, but it's still pretty useful to have this glide. I don't know, man. This game has the same curse as all the other 2D Sonics for Sonic. He's the worst character in his own game yet again, because I swear, everyone else always outshines him on platforming. Tails is always good for flying, Knuckles good for the glide, Amy's good for double jumps and the more modern stuff. Heck, in this game, we got a character with a triple jump, so that's saying something. Like, this is why they needed to give Sonic a newer move with the drop dash for newer games. And it's helped. He's still not the best character in, like, most of his games. Just because he's only about speed, and half the time speed isn't the only thing you focus on in these platformers. Because, shocker, it's a platformer. Having that verticality is really important. Also, sometimes Sonic feels like the hard mode in a lot of the different games. Just because he doesn't have that much going for him. If it wasn't for Knuckles having a shorter jump, I would think Sonic would actually be the hard mode for, like, Sonic 3. But that shorter jump alone makes Knuckles the hard mode. Nice jump. Maybe I get the bonus game for a shield? That lasted all 3 seconds. Wow. Okay, what a bonus game. I didn't even get the first item. What kind of gains Sonic speed graded in? Honestly, yeah, it's mainly the newer ones, like with the boost formula. Because boost actually gives him a reason to have that set speed. With boost being able to burst through like certain walls and attack enemies while moving around. But in the classic games, it's really hard to answer that, because most of the time he's usually one of the worst picks. He's the best pick for like a time trial run, but that's about it. If you're just having a hard time platforming, Tails, Knuckles, or even Amy now is considered the better way of going in a lot of games. I say, how did I not hit you? You're already in the ground, 6 feet under. I need to go that way at some point. What if I hit restart? Okay, it does just restart the level. I've never tried that before in one of these playthroughs. This is the playthrough to do it. Because I could just select free play and just go from stage to stage if I screwed that up. Alright, it's right here. I want to go up. It's going to be easier said than done. Honestly, this is more of a thing for Tails to explore, because there's no way I'm getting up there with metal. Because of how the slope's designed, I'm gonna go through it. Alright. I'm not gonna try then. Can't do it with this character? Then I can't do it. Yeah, open world or open zone in his case. That's when, yeah, Sonic speed would probably be considered better. I think of the 4 different playstyles now that are in Sonic Frontiers, Sonic is still considered the best one for that because of how it's designed around his playstyle, to be fair. The other characters feel great, but at the same time, they do have their own fair share of jank. Like, wasn't it like Knuckles in the Final Horizons DLC considered kind of bad at first because his controls were all over the place? Not as bad as like SonicGhost 6, but some people complain to like a similar level. It was something like that, I remember. It's not like that anymore. I think they fixed them. I still haven't played Final Horizon, so I have no idea. The problem I have with it is that I think if I want to just play it, it's been too long that I'd rather just replay the whole game. And I'd probably end up just doing that on the PS5 just to get the trophies. So I just haven't had the time commitment for that. I'd rather play other stuff. God, that just drops you onto a bed of spikes. Hold right. Thought the platform is a little bit wider. Yeah, a bit long for gaming. It depends on how you're playing it, but if you're just playing through level by level and just getting all the stuff you need from the fishing, Frontiers can be beaten in like about 10-ish hours at most, I think. But if you want to go out of your way to like play every stage and to find all the collectibles in the hub, it's a long game. Because it's open world, so of course it is. It has a lot of padding, like most open world games. But most people are getting tired of the format because it's now getting to be more quantity over quality. It's been really noticeable these past few years with open world. And Frontiers kind of suffered with the same problems, unfortunately, in my opinion. It's a solid game, but a lot of it does feel like, why would they do this or that? Because it's just padding. Like, all the little core arcs are pretty much, I would say, the problem in that game, too. Like, I call them core arcs. Like, that's pretty much what they are from Breath of the Wild, to be fair. But the Coco, they might as well be the core arcs from Breath of the Wild, because they have just as little importance. Too bad I can't just fly up. Yo, some momentum canceling. That's huge. That little bumper always sends you pretty far back. And we're out of here. I haven't really said this yet, but can I just give a shout out to this game properly using a DualSense controller without having to use some random third-party software to map buttons? More games need to support the PlayStation controllers at this point. Right now, it feels like if a game doesn't support it, you gotta route it through Steam, and then just let Steam fix the mapping for you, which is not the best solution in some cases. I bring this up because I've used a software for years called DS for Windows. It's essentially a program that converts the PlayStation controllers, like PS4 and PS5 controllers, into an Xbox 360 controller. Because a lot of games don't recognize these things. Like, at all. And it's more modern games that are starting to recognize PlayStation controllers, which I'm so glad to see. But that software's been a hot mess these past few years. Oh, are we actually doing the flying section here? We haven't done this since Sonic and Tails' playthrough. Almost forgot how this section played, because we haven't done this since the first playthrough of the game. I mean, it makes sense because I have just a jetpack attached to my back. Oh god, this is almost playing like Sonic Lost World. This is like the 2 stages in that. What was it? Tropical Coast Zone question mark and Skyroad Zone 3. Where you fly in the air, hold a button to do the roll. But you're the one flying in the air instead of a random power-up. This kind of gives me Skyroad vibes. Shout out to like the 2 people in the chat that's probably knowing what I'm talking about. I'm one of them. That's not the first time Eggman's betrayed Metal Sonic, to be fair. The whole plot of Sonic Heroes is essentially that. Where, to be fair, Metal betrayed Eggman. But then because of that, Eggman told the Sonic Heroes how to defeat him. Yeah, weird controls in that level. Yeah, there was some weird momentum with Sonic Lost World's form of that, like, skydive thing. And that's what was so hard about Skyroad 3, if you wanted to get all the rings in that. Like, the red rings in Skyroad 3 were terrible. I've done that a couple times in my life at this point, because I played the Wii U version, PC version. I've had to play it again, because I had to make a new save on it. So, I've done that a couple times, and every time has not been fun. I know everyone complains about Lava Mountain 2. Shoutouts to Lava Mountain 3 being the worst stage in that game. Yeah, I don't think 2 is that bad. I really don't. Yes, it has insta-kill hazards. It's bad. But I think Lava Mountain 3 is worse. I'm sorry, man. Have you tried getting those 2 red rings near the end? It sucks. Nice spin dash. And we're out of here. Got weird controller for your PC, just go with that. Yeah, I mean, if you have something that you're familiar with, I would just use that. Especially if it works well with a lot of software. I like using a combination of different controllers on PC. Because if it's a 3D game, I like using a controller with some good quality analog sticks. So I always go with the Xbox controllers for that, because I just love their layouts. And they just work. If you're never sure what controller works on a computer, just grab an Xbox controller, because 9 times out of 10, it's just gonna work with no setup. That one time is probably because you're using weird software like an emulator or something. But if I'm playing a 2D game, I like something with a good D-pad, and preferably, it's gotta be perpendicular to the buttons, so that's where I go for the PlayStation controllers. And then I get weird with a lot of, like, retro stuff. That's why I just hook up the retro controllers that I have. Oh wait, I forgot. Like the one level I know of that has... Oh, it's a fire shield. That was the speed shoes. I couldn't see half of the icon, so it looked like speed shoes. Well, I know there's speed shoes in this, but they're near the end, I guess. Of the game, not this level. Oh yeah, I just remember the thing I was complaining about before. We were talking about the controller thing, and then I got sidetracked from Metal flying through the sky. And that reminded me of another Sonic game, because of course it did. This game is full of so many Sonic references. I was talking about, it's great that this just works natively, because PlayStation controllers are getting better about PC support, but they're still kind of hit or miss on a lot of third-party stuff. The software I used to use apparently is going through like a lot of problems right now, starting to become more of, riddled with viruses, which is why I don't recommend it anymore. DS for Windows used to be developed by like one guy, then that guy decided he was done making the software. So then it got forked by someone else, and then that fork apparently became inactive. Then it was forked again by someone else, and once again, they stopped developing it because they just want to move on, which I understand, but dear God, this is getting messy. The only other site that offers it with a stable build is riddled with viruses. So don't use DS for Windows. This is the takeaway right now. It is not good. If you're going to use it, use one of the old forks. Do your research. Don't get a virus because you want to use a controller software. The real answer is, if you're going to use one of these on PC, use it through Steam. Steam has a built-in remapper, which just works with PlayStation controllers, no matter what the game. Like, this is my go-to controller for a Steam Deck, because of the multi-mapping now. It just works. So just use it through Steam. If you need to map something, just Steam. That's the answer to everything. Steam. And a lot of third-party launcher companies wonder why their stuff doesn't do as well as Steam. It's because of how well the platform has integrated itself into just the PC gaming landscape. They listen to their fans, they listen to constructive criticism and feedback, and they keep on innovating. What does Epic do? Throw money at someone to say, give me a free game, and then they wonder why nobody's playing on Epic. People are literally downloading the games and then never clicking them. I heard something like from this past Steam sale, where when games were offered for free on Epic Games, the Steam sale specifically for that title skyrocketed. Like, one of the free games during December was Disco Elysium, I believe. And the free version on Epic was claimed by a lot of people, but the Steam sale of that game during the Steam Winter Sale skyrocketed because of the Epic Games thing. If your game is free for the week on Epic Games, it's a glorified advertisement for the Steam platform. It's hilarious right now what's going on there. It's because they're not listening to people. They're just what feels like 6 years behind on development on that software. It took them, what, 4 years to add a cart? Don't even get me started about their mobile one. Dear God, that mobile store is awful. It has nothing on it, no features. I can't even look at what I have on my library. I have it on my phone, so I go to the Epic Store every week just to claim the free game. I don't know what I own. There's no library on the Epic Mobile Store. Nothing. There's no cart, no library, no proof of purchase. It just exists. What are we doing? This is why they get bullied. Like, fix your launcher. Add features. Add the things people are asking for in particular, please. I don't know. Raise the hands who actually plays games off the Epic Store. What do you mean there's no hands being raised? Like, a lot of people just don't want it. People have it installed just to get the free games, and they barely play the free games off it. That's kind of what it is. It's the glorified Fortnite launcher for most people, that's it. Yeah, exactly. See, that's where most people are, and I don't blame you. I have bought some stuff off Epic before, but it was during their, I would quote-unquote call it the golden arc for sales, because they had a pretty bad exploit. They even knew it was an exploit, so they fixed it. Where they were giving people coupons for, what was it, like $10 off any purchase $15 or more, but then when you bought a game, you got the coupon back, so you just stacked it. At that point, you were getting like $100 worth of games for maybe like 30 bucks. It was a very broken system. They realized it pretty soon, patched that out within a year. That was the only time I bought stuff from them, because it was like half the price of what a game was on Steam. It's the only reason why I would have done it. And since then, their prices have been the same, if not higher. So, why? I don't even think I played those games yet I bought from a few years ago. That's the worst part. I've played some stuff here and there on Epic, but it's mainly been some of the free stuff to try it. That's how I fell in love with 20XX, because I got it from them first, for free, and then I later bought it on Steam so I can play it on my Steam Deck. Because playing Epic games on the Steam Deck is possible, but it's not easy. It's almost like pulling teeth. Like, I got that thing just to have an ease of use. It's plug and play, pick it up and play. I'm not jumping through 20 hoops to play a game, because that defeats the purpose of me sitting down and playing a game to begin with on that thing. Gotta be easy. Hence why I'll just buy my stuff through Steam, too. Because it just works. Took them almost a whole year. Yeah, it actually did. Because I know the coupon exploit, that kept on working Like, a couple other sales later, they did it again, and the exploit was still there. It took them a while to get rid of it. I think it was just because they knew of the issue at hand. It wasn't really a bug. It felt intentional. But Epic kept it because they needed users. So they had that little exploit going on for quite some time just to get more people to buy games off their store. I think that's really what it accounted to. Which it worked for a short time, but not as long as they hoped. The retention rate on Epic Store is very low compared to Steam. I'm gonna see if I can get a shield. And for once, actually get it instead of fall straight into the void. That'd be ideal. Doesn't matter what I get. I just need a shield. Can I land somewhere? Thank you. It's not where I want to land, but okay. Metal riding the surfboard just looks so goofy. Like his legs when I'm going at full speed, they're just twitching. They're not even like stationary, they are bobbing. No, pull back. I'm gonna get hit if I attack there. There we go. Now, I know he can hit you now during his death animation, so I'm just gonna stay back. Cool. Now I can actually finish the stage with the board. He ditches it. Aw, man. I was hoping Metal would keep it. Well, now I know finally what happens if you get to the end of a stage with the board. I had a feeling you would just ditch it, but I was hoping I would keep it. Actually, wait a minute. Let me do the super peel out instead. I can't even go this way, to be fair. I just did that for 20 bucks. Wait. No, I need to see. Do I need air as Metal? I'm a robot, so I shouldn't need air. I feel like the drowning timer should appear by now. I think I'm actually immune to drowning. Wow, logic in my video game, who would have thought? So because I can't drown in the water, I guess Metal Sonic is the best character for this stage. He's the only one that doesn't worry about drowning in 10 seconds. Nice speed. That was really good. Oh, I can't even get the bubbles. That is also an indicator I don't need to breathe underwater. Again, I'm a robot. That just makes sense. Why would I need air? Oh, it's just for 3 rings. Why would I bother? It's 3 rings. Oh, that didn't hurt? Yeah, the electric barrier just doesn't work against those specific enemies. That's kind of annoying. Because their weak spot's in the middle, that's probably why. You would think, though, any enemy near me, when I do this little electric barrier attack, would just die instantly because it's water. So just being near someone while using this electricity should just shock them to death. This is just for lives. Interesting. I never found this top path before. Didn't know that was there. Get how long this level can be. I mean, it's a water level. What do you expect? These levels always take a hot minute because you go slow. I'm curious what Act 2 is going to be about, though, just because every character's had kind of a different Act 2 so far. I'm going to just get out of the bubble, because that's a little too dangerous. Man, who would have guessed? You're a joke. I mean, the whole plot, Knack Fang Man, is just a joke. Let's not kid ourselves. Of course, his boss fight's no different. Also, I just don't care about rings. Alright, what's Title Plan Act 2 gonna be like? Are we taking the Sonic Tails route? Are we taking the Knuckles route? We're doing something entirely different? Sonic Tails route. It's kind of weird that Metal also drives this stupid submarine. I guess this submarine is just available to rent, because everyone's getting it except Knuckles. Knuckles is the only character that's decided to swim. Oh, it kind of feels like I'm taking a different path. Maybe I'm going to a different part of the level. That or I just never went this way. I have no idea. But I think this might be new territory. Okay, yeah. No, we're in the same level. I just never went that way before then. This is the third time I'm playing this level now, so I know the route to get to the switches. Like, that was fast. Nice. Didn't have to shoot any in the mines. Am I gonna fight myself? Come on, let me fight myself. Thank you. There I am. What do you mean? That's Knuckles. Here in a minute. I knew there was two of me. Yeah, just like Knack Fang Man. There was two of him in his playthrough. Same for Metal. How do they explain that? It's like, we didn't explain the two fangs, but we're not gonna explain the two metals either. One the prototype, or one just a spare. I just want to get up. Just want to go up. Up! I got like the worst luck right now. There's the speed shoes. And like the worst spot in the game. See, I can't use them right now. I gotta wait. Like half my timer is just gonna be sitting here, which is the tradition for speed shoes. They're always put in the worst spots and you never really get to take full advantage of them. We talked about it before, but for those of you who haven't played Sonic Lost World, I need to mention that game's speed shoes, because they're a whole nothing burger item. It makes me laugh. In that game, you have a run button. For some reason. I'm gonna be honest, the game doesn't really need a run button. It could have just had the mechanic of running just attached to the joystick. It played more like a Mario game in a lot of areas. Hence the run button for its parkour. The speed shoes in that game might as well just be renamed running shoes, because all it does is hold down the run button for you. That's it. It doesn't make you move faster. I think that's the worst version of speed shoes in the Sonic games. Don't talk to me or my son ever again. That's what you get for talking to my son. Hey, we get to fight me. To be fair, it's gonna be the only time we fight Metal is Metal, because I don't think there'll be another Metal fight after this. Can't reach him. So I can only hit him with the swooping attack. This is the only character that doesn't really have a flying move, it feels like, that I've been in this fight for in particular. Oh no, Knuckles had this fight too, now thinking about it. If I can get up top and then juggle myself on top of the screen, and maybe I can get an extra hit or two. That's basically it. I think one more should do it. No, okay, I think I miscounted, so this should be my last hit. After this phase is done. This fight's extremely simple. He does the same 3 attacks in 2 different patterns. Very telegraphed. How's the quote go? Like, shame, you can't win or something, because I think like how you do, strange, isn't it? Something like that. Yeah, just insert Sonic OVA here. That's literally the fight. Except it's 2 Metal Sonics and not a Sonic and a Metal. I've seen that OVA like once. I know the quote's always, well, quoted from that specific OVA, but I never remember it, because again, only seen the actual OVA once. It's fine. I think it's more of a product of its time, kind of OVA, because it's not bad writing, but nowadays, we've had better writing for Sonic stuff. That's why I say, it's fine. I don't think I'll ever get another opportunity for a bonus game, so I might as well do it. Well, meant to land the intercannon. Why'd I do that? So close to a 3rd life. I don't need them at this point. I'll have 20 after this game is done. So it's not like I'm in a rush to get extra lives or anything. Probably gonna make that. Almost did, to be fair. As soon as my head peeks out of that electric attack now, took me the whole play to realize that. Although, wait a minute. Actually, no, it doesn't. It was just when I'm upside down. Oops. A little bit of a graphical error there when I'm flipped. Head pokes out of the electric shield move. When I'm right side up, it doesn't do that. Yeah, look at that. My head just pokes out. I think what's going on is the electric barrier move is still in the same orientation, which means it's looking for Metal Sonic to be a few pixels higher than it actually is. Which is why it's not lining up correctly when he's flipped. It's really only designed for when he's upright, not upside down. It's like when you think it's more of like a sprite error, which is like what, one sprite error out of how many different sprites that he has in this game? I don't think that's a big deal. I just think it's just funny. That was way too close to getting crushed. There we go, that's number 2. One more zone left, and then we're into the fight of the zone. Oh, come on. I should have hit the button to fly. Then I think I would have got leveled out, and I wouldn't have got shot. I honestly forgot how high up those cannons were. So I thought it was actually safe. Well, now it won't matter, because I have rings. Did the same thing again. At least that time I had rings. Still have rings. I didn't realize those doors were on a timer. You're never slow enough for that to be an issue. That's why I'd never noticed. Destroying my fellow robots. Wouldn't be the first time. Like, you play as Metal Sonic in a handful of the Sonic titles over the years, and you're always seeing to fight Eggman robots, because he's usually not a story character. He's just a skin of Sonic, so he's just an extra inclusion. Like, the one that comes to mind immediately is Sonic Adventure 1. He was literally a reskin of Sonic. Great reward for getting all 130 emblems. Another Sonic playthrough. Whoop-de-doo. That's why I prefer the 180 reward in Sonic Adventure 2 instead, being a whole new level. Instead of just what you just did, but with a new skin. I swear, like, the 100% rewards for Sonic games are always hit or miss. Either you get something really good or lame. Never in between. Oh, okay. Don't jump that high. I just got zipped into the wall because I was too high up. I didn't know that could happen. One of these playthroughs, I think it was with Knuckles. He did shimmy over to the left a little bit more when I jumped up higher, but he never clipped in the wall. So that's gonna be a problem. Let's just not go too fast. Something probably most players wouldn't experience. But I went too fast. Just wait for more of the ceiling. I don't have to rush it because this is all automated anyways. I swear, this version of the Eggman robot's easier than Phase 1. This is more telegraphed than when he's throwing the bombs down, that's why. And there we go, Act 2 done. Now burn. You confused man, you. And that's why I normally do spin dashes. If you don't fully charge a peel out, it just doesn't work. Doesn't matter the Sonic game. It's okay, but spin dash is far superior. It's faster to charge, and it actually works on mid-charge. Alright, final boss time. And we actually do just fight Eggman flat out. I would have loved to fight Metal Sonic again, though, like with the Knuckles story. That would have been funny. I get why we're fighting Eggman. Well, that attack won't work. No, I want to land. Barely got the ring. I think I got it as it was about ready to actually despawn. I'm gonna play this one a little slow. Because of stuff like that. Yeah, the rings can just go wherever they feel like here. I can't really do any damage to Eggman until he slows down anyways. So I'm better off waiting. I might be able to get 2 hits though, depends. Alright, my ring gone. I'm just gonna take this very slow now. That can hit you? That didn't get close enough before. Okay, well, now I know. Just jump beforehand. Like, these are more forgiving than, like, the energy balls in the end of the Sonic 1 final boss. It's the same idea, though. They go left to right depending where you're on the screen. You can get 4 hits there, which, if this is an 8-hit fight, that means I'm already halfway done. Get an extra hit in now, because he's getting a little slower. And that's it. Okay, no, sorry, 6 hits for some reason. Like, this fight is a joke. And that's the end of Metal's playthrough. Short, simple, clean. As you would expect. I don't think I should help this guy. But in case I need to steal his likeliness again in the future, I'll be a robot bro. Like, he didn't shake Knuckles' hand. He just looks at him like, you owe me. That's it. I'm not even gonna explain why. Like, he just does not care. He's just here for the ride. Like, Metal Sonic's playthrough is literally just, I'm here. Which is normally how he is as a playable character. I'm not gonna kid myself. He's always just the I'm here character with no real story at all. His story is always not playable, which is kind of a shame. But fun playthrough. I liked his little hover ability. I think it was pretty versatile. Slower than Knuckles' glide, but has the same versatility. I do feel like the other characters in the game so far have been better. Like, Sonic and Tails is better because Tails can fly. Knuckles can glide and, climb on walls. And Confused Fang Man, he can triple jump. So all three of these playable characters can go higher up in levels. Metal can't. He's forced to take mostly bottom paths, which normally are slower and have less rewards. But he does feel also like a more powerful Sonic, because Sonic can't do the same. But with Sonic having the drop dash, Sonic is faster. So Metal just kind of feels there. Like, he's fun, but I wouldn't go and play as Metal for the first character to replay Sonic Triple Trouble as. He's probably one of the last characters, I'm not gonna lie. But still a fun playthrough nonetheless. But, now with that playthrough done, we have one more character left in the game to play as, Amy Rose, and she has 3 different movesets. So this is going to be the most interesting character of, what is this, 5 at this point? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because I'm lumping Sonic and Tails as 2 characters. So of the 5 different playstyles, I'm interested to see how Amy's going to control as our 6th character in the game.